I mean, the book is about the importance of spending time alone with your thoughts. And one thing that I realized is that when I'm in my 50s now, when I was growing up, I had many, many incidental moments of solitude throughout the day, every day,
Mm.
because I didn't have a choice. So once I was old enough to have my own bedroom, if I was in my bedroom, I was alone and I was properly alone. We didn't have a telephone that stretched to my bedroom. There was one telephone. It was in the kitchen. If I wanted to call my friend, I had to walk into the kitchen, pick up the phone, dial her house, probably get onto her mum, ask to speak to her if she was home, and then speak to her in full view of my family,
Yes.
right? I didn't get a clock radio, I think, till I was 12 or 13. I didn't have a television in my room till I was, I think, 19 or 20. I think till I almost moved out. And so every time I was in my room, I was alone with my thoughts. I was either reading, writing, or just thinking. If I was walking to school, if I was sitting on the bus, if I was driving when I was old enough to drive, I would be alone with my thoughts. And nowadays, because of the prevalence of mobile devices, it seems like every idle moment we reflexively pick up our phones.
Mm.
And so we've lost that knack of being alone with our thoughts, and we don't need to be alone with our thoughts. So being idle is almost like this problem to be solved with connectivity. So what I'm suggesting in the book is not that we go off on a 10-day silent retreat and learn to be alone. It's just having those little moments during the day, so that when you're in your car, you're on your way to the shops, or when you're walking to the shops, or when you're in the bath, or when you're pottering around your house. You don't, as much as I love podcasts, and this is a podcast,
Sure,
you
sure.
don't have to be connected all the time. So have time without a podcast. Have time without picking up your phone. If you're sitting in a doctor's waiting room for 10 minutes, maybe just try sitting and thinking.
Mm.
It's so interesting, because when I look back to when I used to catch a bus, the meme, we didn't even have memes then, but the meme would be everybody sitting staring out the window. That's what you would see when you look around a bus. Now what do you see? See everybody looking down at their phone.
Yeah.
And there's such wasted opportunities to actually be connected to ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny. I think in this day and age, it's like the desires that we want and that are pleasurable are almost proportional to the pain that we experience on an
Yeah.
everyday basis. And this idea now to go and find ourselves on this incredible journey, it's like a complete 180, really can be managed by what you're saying, just little pockets of time to ourselves. We can integrate that into the ways we live our lives. We don't need to go to India and find ourselves and experience.
It's like what we were just talking about. People saying, "I want to write," but they're waiting for the right time, and they're waiting for this great expanse of time when they can sit down and write a book take a month off to write a book. But you don't need to do that. You can actually just write for 10 minutes a day, and you don't need to wait for this time to go and find yourself and go to India and meditate on a hill. You actually can start just by taking little moments every day. And I think it's almost an excuse. It's a way to say, I can't right now. I'm too busy. There's too much going on. I'll put that off.
Mm.
I'll put off my big, journey towards learning how to be alone for another time. But it's just a muscle that you develop like any other muscle.
Yes.
And that you can start literally right now in the incidental moments in your day.